All right, hey everyone, this is Ash, and welcome to the King's Speech. I usually begin these videos by saying welcome back to the King's Speech, but since this is an introductory video to the channel, I figure it makes more sense to say welcome to the channel. And so, with that said, what is the purpose of this video? I think the purpose is to kind of let anyone that isn't familiar with me or my work or who I am to just have kind of like a basic primer understanding of what the focus of my channel is, who I am, what I do, things like that. So I figured I should make a little introductory video just to kind of get the basics of that over. So anyone that is curious about myself or my channel kind of has an idea or understanding of what it's all about. It's been, I think, a little over 2 years now since I actually created this channel. And during that time, the focus and the reasons behind why I started have kind of shifted a little bit as I've changed and grown. So I figured since the original video I had way back that I recorded when I first started this channel is kind of outdated at this point, I should record a new updated one that gives a better overview of everything. So with that said, I suppose a quick introduction. So as you've already figured out, my name is Ash. Some of you might know me from Twitter, where my handle is at King Cocoa Butter. I also have made guest appearances on a few podcasts and things. So I've been on the Manga Mavericks podcast with a few close friends. I also do the View from the Top, which is a Haikyuu podcast, also with a few close friends. But I think my most dubious claim to fame thus far, and kind of everything, the event that kind of set me on this path, I suppose, was I was an editorial writer for the One Piece podcast. I started back in 2016, and then did that. I was in that role for about 2 years, and that really was one of the big reasons I started this channel in the first place. Was back then, seeing all the other YouTubers always doing like reaction reviews to the chapters every week, and back then when I was a fan of the podcast, I used to really enjoy listening to their thoughts and analysis of the chapter every week. And so I really wanted to create a space like that for myself where I could, you know, voice my ideas, analyses, and things of the series I was following, which back then at that point was mostly Shonen Jump stuff. So back then it was, One Piece, My Hero Academia, Doctor Stone, and The Promised Neverland, most of which I gave up for various different reasons. But the main reason I started this channel was to kind of have a place where I could, shoot the shit with other like minded fans, kind of talk about all these different series that we all love and talk about the reasons why I appreciate them. Analyze them from different angles and kind of give voice to my thoughts on them. And in that regard, the fundamental aspects, the baselines of my channel haven't really changed that much. It still is a place where I come to kind of voice my thoughts and analysis, do read throughs, hang out and talk with cool people, things like that. So that still is, one of the main directives of the channel, although it has kind of shifted away from its focus on just doing Shonen Jump series to more now doing read throughs of various different manga and graphic novels as well, because I noticed that there's not a lot of other YouTube channels that do graphic novel read throughs. It's mostly manga ones. So I decided to try and kind of diversify that and provide a different voice for it. So that's a little bit of the background of the channel and everything, the kind of aim that it goes for. Despite my saying, I'm not as heavily invested or focused on Shonen Jump as I was. I still do react to Shonen Jump series. So the biggest one is One Piece because, as you might have guessed, I used to be a huge fan of it. And so I still follow along the series, kind of giving, my own analyses and thoughts on it as it is, because it has been, well, how long have I been, like 12-year commitment now, I think, that I've been following the series for. So at this point, it's kind of ride or die. But yeah, like I said, I fell out of the other major Jump series like My Hero Academia. Promised Neverland is over, but I kind of gave up on that again because the story wasn't really drawing me in at the point I dropped it. Same with Doctor Stone. With that said, I'm looking at adding a couple of new series to the Jump rosters. To my Jump roster. So I am looking at adding both Jujutsu Kaisen and Kaiju number 8 to my weekly reactions. And I also do Spy Family reactions as well, which I just got caught up on this week. So you can expect those chapters when they drop for me to do reactions to those. Those will typically always happen on Sunday. Schedule subject to change, of course, depending on other commitments or if the Jump schedule changes. But more often than not, usually Sundays, usually around 11:30 Mountain Standard Time, which is about 1:30 or so Eastern Standard Time. So most of the time the reactions will take place either in the afternoon or evening for anyone that wants to plan around that. And then with that said, with regard to the read-throughs I do on this channel, right now there's kind of like a huge roster of series going through. The three kind of current most up-to-date ones are currently doing a read-through of Battle Angel Alita Last Order, one of the graphic novels Lazarus, and one for the manga Yona of the Dawn. I'm also doing one for Vinland Saga, but that's kind of on a brief hiatus right now until I catch up with some of the other series because it's just too much to try to handle, more than 3 series at a time for the channel. So if you want current schedules and everything for those read-throughs, I'd recommend you check out my channel update videos where I kind of talk about dates, times, and everything I do those read-throughs for. I'm going to aim to make those a weekly thing, so every week I'll update my channel updates with my plans for read-throughs, times, and everything for the upcoming week, because I think that's the easiest way to plan around it. So those are the current series I'm reading. After that, I do have a backlog of other ones I will eventually want to go through on the channel. That said, I'm always open to suggestions, so if there's any particular series you'd like to see me read or react to, I'm always more than open to suggestions. You can always send it my way, and then depending on availability, I'm usually pretty open to adding that to my reaction roster as well. I think that covers kind of most of the bases about what this channel is and does. But apart from the reaction read-through content, I also do once in a while, sort of kind of video essay kind of topics where I'll talk about, various analyses, politics, things like that regarding various series. I also have kind of I'm trying to think what the word for it is, but kind of like a series. I also have a series of videos that what I've tentatively kind of labeled musings, which again kind of touch on different social, political issues that kind of catch my fancy and I want to just talk about and pose my thoughts on, or have my viewers and readers, whatever, kind of give some consideration and debate to. So that's also another aspect of my channel. It's not the big focus of it. That those videos tend to be put out whenever I have time, and various other kind of things. So those are not going to be on a strict or tight schedule, but they are an aspect of the channel and something I do want to focus more on going forward. Which brings me, I guess, to a little conclusion before I wrap up this video. And that's something I specifically want to point out to anyone that has any reservations or things about this channel. I am, a brown man that loves anime and manga. I was born in India, but, I was raised and spent most of my life in Canada, where I currently reside. And so, I've been at this for a really long time. And because of my identity, because of the person I am, if you are coming to my channel expecting that there's going to be no political talk whatsoever, you are going to be deeply and severely disappointed. This channel is going to, has always been, and will always continue to be political, which means I will be talking about, issues around politics, gender, race, anything else like that that catches my fancy. And that also means that I will not, what's the word I'm looking for? I will not stand for any kind of bigotry or misogyny or any other kind of bullshit like that on this channel. So if you make a comment, any comment to that effect on any video, it will be removed. I'm not going to engage in a debate with you. I'm not going to stand there and argue about LGBT rights. I want anyone that's BIPOC, LGBT plus, any other minority. I want this channel to be a safe space for you, which means I'm never going to do or say anything that makes you feel unsafe, unwelcome, uncomfortable. If I ever do slip up, if I ever do anything, that you do find crosses the line, crosses the threshold, please do let me know. I will immediately correct any said behavior, any missteps like that happen. But yeah, I will not tolerate any kind of hate or bigotry or anything like that on this channel. It's not going to happen. So don't even try. And if you want to send me comments, because I've had people send me comments asking me, why am I so political, or trying to bait me with sea lining questions. I do not have time for that shit. This is a channel where I come to, talk to my friends, have fun, and I want everyone to feel welcome. So I don't have time for that shit. I will not give you any kind of attention for coming here seeking that. And I'm not going to stop talking about any of those issues because they are important to me. That's an important aspect of this channel, so I just wanted to get it out there. But if all that sounds like it is up your alley, like I said, welcome to the King's Speech. Love to get to know you all better. And as always, as I say in all my other videos, if you do like my videos, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really does help me grow my channel and find other like-minded friends. And with that said, yeah, this is Ash. Welcome to the channel. Hope you all stick around, and I'll talk to you later.